What is up, everyone? It is Taylor here from the new name, new title. Gonna try it. I put a whole lot of 10-minute effort into this. It's the Afro Fishbowl podcast, featuring my co-host Black Scorpio.
Yo, what's up, everybody?
And hope all you guys are doing really, really great. It's been pretty hectic. I'm not gonna lie to you, mainly because of like Christmas time and all that stuff coming up. Everybody's super busy. I still have to go get presents and all that, which I'll get there eventually, but I don't know. Like
I mean, I'm done. I'm
oh,
done.
you're done.
Yeah, I spent over 1K on me, and I'm done.
Oh my gosh, yeah, no, I am not even close. I okay, so I shouldn't say that. Like I am, but I'm not. You know what I mean? Like I'm close. I got the things that I need to. It's just like probably gonna do something simple, like a Starbucks gift card or something like that.
I mean, hey, why
Nothing
not?
too-
Everybody loves a good gift card. Why not?
Yeah, everyone loves gift card. Gift cards are like the basic bitch of shit. Like they're the basic stuff that you pick up. You know what
Well,
I mean?
not only that, it's considered like the relief of headaches when it comes to like not knowing what to give somebody.
Right.
And you know what? As although it is kind of a cop out, it's the best gift you could give, because if you don't know what someone's gonna give, then why struggle yourself? Let them go get it themselves.
Right. No, exactly. Let them, yeah, definitely let them handle it themselves. Oh, hey, what up, Flamingo? We got someone new here in the chat. Flamingo
Hey, what's going
writer.
on?
Uh Absolutely stellar. Stay
Awesome.
Flamingo-tastic. So I today, I know we were definitely going to talk about the QTEs. We're going to talk about some things like gaming related. Obviously, QTE is one of them. If for those who don't know, that's the quick time events. And I am going to be honest with you, I am not a huge fan of quick time events. Probably because we lived, I know you the same way. We lived through the era of quick time events.
I mean, yeah, like I mean, I don't mind them. It just depends on what certain game that they are. Like we will get into the games that involve them, but I'm partially indifferent to QuickTime events as we go.
Yeah, like I'm the same way. Like I don't mind them. I don't think they're terrible. I really don't. It really depends on, like you said, with the game. Like sometimes when I look at some games that when it comes to quick time events, like we use Star Wars: The Force Unleashed, what I was talking about with Techno yesterday. Uh, that one we used, it was quick time events. It's used at the end of like a fight when you already pretty much have the win. The health is like that much left, and that's fine. I don't mind those at all. But if they really delve heavily with story aspects, that's when I have the problem.
No, exactly. And you know what? Um, also as we see here, Flamingo is also in the chat, and yeah, just nice. Awesome. And I'm sure Flamingo, if you also, we also love to hear everybody else's thoughts, everybody else who's new to coming in. Where do you guys also stand on QuickTime events? Like, you're going to hear a lot about us, but at the same time, we also want to hear about you guys and where you guys also stand. So feel free to partake, get involved, and see as it goes.
Absolutely. So I know like one of the games I brought up was Force Unleashed, but another one that I wanted to bring up was, I believe, Dying Light. The ending is a quick time event.
Okay.
Like the Dying Light 1, I believe the ending fight is a quick time event. Like you go through this whole mass of like climbing and running. And I'm like, oh my God, parkour. I'm going to finally fight this dude. I'm going to beat his ass. You know what I mean? I'm all
Yeah.
excited. And it's like a quick time event and you push him. I don't remember if it's a quick time event or they just take it away from you completely. But I just remember like it was like, that was it. I don't even get a chance to actually do anything.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the biggest piece of dog shit. Like I'm not gonna lie. Ninja Blade was one. I remember that was like all quick time events. I believe Resident Evil 4, I believe. That
Okay.
knife fight.
Yeah, I was
The
gonna
knife
touch
fight
on
is a quick time
like I was
event.
gonna touch on two of them. Yeah.
But that's a
Like,
good one. I think that's how you do it correctly.
yes and no. Okay, so that's what I wanted to touch on. Like for me, Resident Evil 4. Okay, quick time events in Resident Evil 4, it's great the way it goes. Perfect example, like I just finished it up again for my 180th hour play. The fight with Krauser, let's just say. If you've ever played Resident Evil 4, there's There's one of the bosses you have to fight like near the end, and you're in a knife fight. Okay, so the quick time events it does good. You have to dodge, you have to evade. Some of them you don't need, like when he sneaks up behind you and he grapples you. You're in a knife fight. You want to keep spamming. You want to keep spamming the whole slash 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 slash. But when he comes up behind you and all that, you shouldn't have to like force yourself to like quick time event like by triggering X the entire time to grapple your way just for like a 2-second maneuver, because you're already button mashing enough as it is, and you're just tiring yourself out. Like it's just added stress that you're just putting on yourself, that you even feel the control. Like if you're so involved, like you got the slashing down pack, but then you got the added triggering of the quick time event, which it's like if you fail, you lose health, you lose time, you lose that momentum that you're in, and it just screws you up even more. Like I understand it penalizes you like high risk, high reward, but at the same time there are some like like quick time events that kind of really shouldn't be. Um, Another perfectly good example would be the Dark Pictures anthologies. Like every single one of those games, there's quick time events. You're
Oh
running through the
yes,
forest. Do you really need to like press X or else you're gonna trip over a root? No,
yes.
not really. Like, come on, like you're running through the forest already. You press
And
X.
if I don't press X, guess
Okay,
where
but
I'll go?
but then the moment you
I'll go
press X
face first
to
into the snow.
yeah, but hey, the moment you press X about tripping over a root, you smack your head on a tree branch right above. Like they put one right after another, like so close. They don't kind of space it.
Right. Oh yeah, and that's the thing. Like when you're running and like press X to jump, but then press. I don't mind it when it's like has to go in sequence. Like it's like press X to jump, then gotta press circle to dive or something.
Yeah, yeah. It's like
Ugh.
it's having. So this is again partially in different to it.
I'm probably too dumb to understand this, but if you have to pull the trigger, it depends on how you use it.
Well, no,
That's
no, no, no. It's like I mean, even QuickTime triggers, QuickTime events with the triggers. Actually, Flamingo has a point. There's one hostage situation. You have to pull the trigger, but then you pull the trigger too quick, too early, you miss the person, or you pull it
mm,
or sorry, or you pull it too late. The person's already dead before you could even pull the bullet. And then adding on top of the quick time triggers, they add the timer. Like
right.
it's time slash quick time event sensitive. Some like you don't need too much in such a short given amount of set time. That's where the
Right.
partial indifference comes in.
No, I think that makes sense. And that's the thing too is like I don't even in action games it feels like depending on the action game. I know like Spider-Man 2 I think has a couple of them little quick time events. Even when I was playing Star Wars The Force Unleashed, which I'm going to go back to The Force Unleashed because I was talking about that with my buddy Tecto yesterday.
Mhm.
When I think about The Force Unleashed during some of the boss fights, they go into little QTE events. Not only at the end where you have like a cinematic fight at the end, and I understand the need for it because you want to show people the cinematic fight. Like I want to see all the good flashy flash. Okay, that's why you put in all the effort. Quick time events towards the end of the fight when the person's already going to get mollywopped anyways is totally fine. Um, just don't make it your whole thing unless it's something like the Dark Pictures anthology where you have to commit to it because there's not a whole lot of it. By the way, Flamingo Writer and anybody else who is in here, um, the Dark Pictures anthology is a super good aspect. The Telltale series is another one too that
Mhm.
is very much they're very much the same of how they play. The Wolf Among Us is the best one of the Telltale series over The Walking Dead. Don't at me, but it's phenomenal games. But quick time events are something that I always find really interesting because I do hear a discourse with them. Sometimes it's like, oh, they suck, blah blah blah. But sometimes I feel like they're needed. You know what I mean? Especially if like Spider-Man, like I said, Spider-Man 2 had them. You know, they're gonna be around. I mean, Tomb Raider had it for a little bit.
Yeah, yeah, they did. And again, just like you said about with the action games, like a perfectly good. There were a few games that did utilize the quick time events perfectly. Um, I can't remember them off the top of my head, but I remember specifics. Like you're on the final boss, and you have
Mhm.
to press square. you do that uppercut, but it goes into slow motion. As he's in, like as the boss is rising, you press X. You do another counter, but like you're kind of like smashing him at the same time. Then you press triangle, and then like the slow mo quick time events, utilizing like the slow mo animation with the given story, that makes it perfect because it's like you're seeing your character doing the actions in slow motion. You're giving that action sequel to it. Like imagine defeating a boss and it says, "Oh, mash X like crazy, then mash circle like crazy," and then it's all in fast motion. Like you're gonna be like, "Well, what the hell is this?" You're just tiring yourself out. And then if you fail, you fail. That's it. But then you get more of a cinematic presence when you do the slow motion. It's like you tap X the one time, then you see your character. It gives it about a few seconds. Then they transform into another combo by pressing let's say circle or B or whatever like the prompt is. Like there's been multiple games that like utilizes the quick time events at the end, but they're not really like make or break fail. They're more so you could get the satisfaction of defeating whatever you're doing while feeling like a badass while accomplishing it.
Mm-hmm. No, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like say if you jump and pull out the trigger without warning, there's no reset for what you did. But coming from someone who takes lessons by watching and playing actions, yeah, no, pretty much. So, absolutely. With my nephew, I think about what I do. Okay, so with my first nephew, I think about what I do when I play games. Yeah, no, and that's smart though too, especially when if you got like with your nephew, you got to think about what kind of games you're gonna play. You know, like I mean, especially when you get young kids, you got to show them GTA right out the bat. Like, like you show like if you get young kids, you got to show them like, yo, all right, I'm gonna show you right now. So this is how you drive a car, and then I'll show you. I'm gonna make you mess up a bunch of times and be like, this is how you drive a car my way, okay? That's what my dad. I always get something really funny. So like my dad thought it was a good idea to like get me the steering wheels to go play games, which are still really fun. Like they're still really fun. You get the little shifter and all that stuff, right? But he had me play Need for Speed Underground 2 as like my test game. My dad isn't like the most savvy with it, but like I remember why. Like I think about it now, and I'm like, bro, you what? Like, why would you make me do that? I mean, that's and that's the thing. The funny too is it probably led to some sort of gamer rage though too in me. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I get gamer rage. This is something I've been wanting to talk about. I know you brought it up, and I was like, thank God, because I probably would have forgot because I'm a space head. But gamer rage is a thing. Like gamer rage is a thing, and some people, I'm not gonna lie, it's absolutely horrifying. But I'm gonna laugh at it.
So we're transitioning into the gamer rage then?
Yeah,
Okay,
it's always about gamer rage. It's always about gamer rage, and I'm not gonna lie. Like gamer rage is something that I find kind of crazy.
We all have it.
Yeah, we all have it. We've all gotten mad at games. I've gotten mad at games.
I'm still getting mad at games.
I still get mad at games. But like with age comes experience. And
more anger.
Well, bruh. Trying to be a positive influence, okay?
Yeah, well, I'm positively sure that I come with more anger and more rage.
Okay, well that's a you issue. But no, it's total. I'm sorry, what?
There you go.
No, you shut your mouth. Like I don't got rage. I'm the kind of aunt who plays different games with my first neighbor. That's cool. I like that. Like that's just a sign of a great aunt. Like as long as they're appropriate,
Yeah.
As long as they're appropriate. No Mortal Kombat, okay? Haven't played Street Fighter like someone who actually tries and knows what they're doing.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not tryhard. I'm not a sweat.
Yeah, you're not a sweat at all, Mr. No. I play Apex and
COD. Fortnite.
God, you just sound like such a basic bitch. Like
Gears of War. Yeah.
Oh, Gears. I'm just gonna start. Help, help, help. So like,
Okay, you know what? We're leaving that person for dead for good.
yeah, we're not talking about that's a story for a different time. But gamer rage is a thing. I mean, I'm not gonna talk about the whole science of it because I'm pretty stupid and I'm not gonna lie. I don't know a whole lot of it.
There's no science
But I
behind
know
it.
that like every person's probably got upset at games, at some point or another. Like you've gotten upset. You've heard me get upset. Like you said, it was like Madden. Yeah, he definitely plays different video games. Let's see that. Yeah, he plays different video games. No more.
Oh, no Mortal Kombat.
Oh,
I thought that was like
I
pro
like
Mortal
that.
Kombat.
You're a good guardian. You're a good influence. You're a good influence on the young shine sprite. So I like that. But like, we do like we get, I'm not gonna lie, when I play Hot Shots Golf, I get upset sometimes playing Hot Shots Golf. I have a whole stream where everything was going fine until I started screwing up and I got really mad.
Dude, the moment I hit the go live button, I was already cursing. So
Like,
yeah.
yeah, and that's the thing that's funny about it is like for me, it's funny because he's more multiplayer. Like he's a more multiplayer kind of guy. I'm more single player, okay? So for me, it's a bit different because I got no one to be like, I fucked up. You're right, because he came around, he shot me from around the corner. Okay. I don't have that. I don't get that. That's not me.
So
I'm
what's your
single
trigger?
player, huh?
So what's your trigger?
Knowing that I fucked up, I don't want to take accountability for it.
I mean, I gotta take accountability as well in my games.
Like I don't like. I'm just like, you know what? It's because of the wind. That's right. Yep, the wind got in through the window, which
I mean,
ruined
there was a
my controller,
pretty.
and that's what happened to it.
I
Like,
mean, there was a couple slices you kind of did where you kind of like miscued your time, but
and I'm moving on. Shut up. So like, and and that's the thing. Like when I'm playing, especially, I'm not gonna lie, I find the dumbest reasons to get upset. Like I find the dumbest games to get upset.
Jesus
Madden
Christ,
is
it's like
one
just
I get upset with. Hot Shots Golf I get upset with. Like,
okay. I could just say 3 words: Call of Duty, right
yeah,
there.
but that's the thing. But that's the thing. That's multiplayer though. Like that's the thing. Like you can have like stupid ass people playing Call of Duty, and like it just gets you more mad. You know what I mean?
Or you could have the game itself that just bugs out on you too, and like you would think it's the player's fault, but it's the algorithm.
Yeah, no, absolutely too.
Like
That too.
there's the algorithms for the game.
Yep.
Oh, asterisks on the algorithms because you could also put that as the next topic of how algorithms screw people over in games.
True.
And it's like, is it the devs or is there no algorithm? Is it true or is it false?
Right. Well, I'm gonna be honest here. So there's actually something that really gets under my skin when I'm playing any and especially Smash Bros. This is actually something that I play. I love Smash Bros. For those who don't know, I absolutely love Super Smash Bros. I will kick the shit out of anybody.
Well, that's also multiplayer.
Kidding. But yeah, that's fair. But something that really gets me, and this is actually on a personal pet peeve. So let's say we play in three stock, right? We play in 3 lives, 7 minutes, right? And I would have people play, and they would like, oh, I'm gonna play against you. Cool. They would take 1 stock from me, and then they would just kill they would jump off the edge and they jump off the edge and die on purpose. And they're like, well, I already got the one I got 1 stock off you, so I don't care. And I'm like, I'm not gonna lie, like that felt like a waste of my fucking time.
Yeah, that's
And that bothered me. Like I would get that when I go to the store to go play in the tournaments every once in a while. Oh, I want to go play with you. No, I'm not. I'm not playing against you. Why? Because you off. Well, I just want to get 1 stock off you. I'm like, I don't care. If you aren't gonna play the full match, don't fucking talk to me. Like I was like, it was so annoying. You know what I mean? It really got under my skin because it's like I'm coming to go play against you. I'm excited to go play, and then you just kind of jump off the ledge, and then you just wasted my time.
yeah, like again, there's 2 types of triggers we're talking about. We're talking about either triggers like with when it comes to people just wasting your time or that don't know how to play or that just should not be versus triggers that like yeah, you're playing and you know you've messed up. You know you have everything against you. You know the game is against you. Like, it's just a trigger is a trigger regardless. But like, that is just for somebody to do that. It's just there's fun trolls and then there's stupid trolls, and that's just a stupid troll that should not be.
Yeah, no, it was really bothersome.
Yeah, like
It would get under my skin real good.
yeah, that's just like if I'm in the middle of a COD game and I'm dealing with that shit. I'm sorry, you're getting teabagged. Call it harassment. Call it whatever. I
No,
call
I'm
it.
just.
You
I
know
would
what?
if I could. I would just kick you. Like I was like. I just told him I was like. I'm just not gonna play with you.
I would hunt you down. Like I've done
Yeah.
that before. Like I've hunted players. I've
Mhm.
hunted players because like, and I made them rage quit. Actually, I was in a stream the other day, and I made the guy actually rage quit because I was a better sniper than him. He shot me twice. Okay, well, whoop de freaking do, Basil. Like I'm also like at low health, dealing with like 50 other people in a lobby, and then here you are, you get sniped twice by me, and you rage quit. Like
Right. No,
you just
absolutely.
proved I'm the best.
It
Okay.
just it bothers him, man. I find it very bothersome. You know, like I said, I joke a lot about like getting mad over like Hot Shots Golf.
I mean,
And Mario
at the
Kart.
same time,
I've raged. I'm not gonna lie. I've raged at Mario Kart before. But like, okay, so funny story. I was playing Mario Kart 64. Everyone else played Mario Kart 64. I mean, I'm sure you have. Like, but so I'm playing Mario Kart 64, and I'm on Chaco Canyon, right? And I'm trying to take a turn, and I took the turn a little too fiercely. I went over a jump, hit the side of the wall, so you know your character just like all the way back down, right? So
oh yeah.
I get here, I can see the finish line. I can see the finish line. I start my car, boom, blue shell, boom, red shell, and I go from first to fifth, and I lost it. I was like, I'm done.
Yeah,
I'm done. Like,
it
I'm
happens.
like,
It
are
happens
you
all the time. Yeah,
serious? I'm done. No, we good. No, like
yeah.
we fine. We're good. We're good. And I was like, I'm
Are we?
good. No, I'm good. I'm
I
good. I'm
yeah.
good. I just need to go outside. You know, I need to go outside. It was like, I'm just gonna talk to him. Like, no, I was just gonna, you know. So I was not feeling it that day.
And I mean, don't get us wrong. At the same time, like it's not like we rage 24/7. Like yeah, yeah, exactly. To quote little John, shots. Yeah, everybody.
Everybody.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, I literally go for the shots. Like I'm more the shooter and RPG player, but more accent on the shooter.
I mean, it
And
depends. I can say I'm a pretty decent shooter too until it comes to like Tomb Raider.
yeah, don't get hung by your ankles, and don't be
Dude,
Laura.
I was
Don't be
trying.
Laura.
Yeah, no, be better than me, okay? Like I am one of the worst shots.
I don't
'Cause
know. I still don't believe how you missed a full clip when the barrel was right beside you.
I still can't believe you. Shut up. So like the but I don't like I do like I suck. Like I'm
But
trash.
okay. But I mean, what I was getting at is like, there's two types of rage though. Like, but we're not serious. Like, we're not serious guys where we rage hardcore. It's like no. It's
That's what
like
you think. I go home and I get done. I told my I'm like, I'm done, man. Can't do this no more.
yeah, and then you go drink some water, and then you're like, what was I even raging at?
Just one more, like just
But
one
there
more
is
game.
also, at the same time, some of it is also like, some people are in chat, they want to see rage because they want to see the streamer for who they are. Like that
Right.
stream
And some
where I started
people
raging right off the start because I have a troll in my stream who like I like, and you know what, he wants rage merch. So I'm like, until I come up with it, I have to keep shooting off my mouth.
no, that's true. While I don't play as much video games due to my job, I still support my nephew and friends who play them. That's really nice though. Like I think that's cool.
Yeah.
Like I think one thing I remember growing up too is like my parents, even though I would say they kind of support, they didn't really support it. Um, like they'd be like, "Oh, it's the whole it's gonna rot your brain." It's blah blah blah, all that good jazz. But like it just
I
made.
mean, you run it any other way but the video games. I mean,
I mean, I'm just saying, like
it's
and it's just it was super annoying back then, and so like
still annoying now. Like
it
for
is still
people
annoying now.
like
Like
like, come on, like we're there's other stuff out there. Like, again, it's true. Like, you have your parents that say, yeah, you know what, they don't support it, but yeah, they do at the same time. It's like, oh, whatever. It's a video game. Like, to some people, it's a release. It's no different than, hey, like, I watch movies from my day-to-day life just to get out.
I've been there, dude, especially with the
Oh,
kids. And that's
yeah.
how I felt. Like that's how the funny thing is actually like that's how I felt when I like would when I would write. Like my parents were like, "Oh, you should go write and stuff." Cool.
Okay, so what am I gonna go write
Like,
about?
what the fuck am I gonna do? Like I was
Yeah,
like,
like,
so like I think it's cool to see people support like other gamers. I think that's really cool. I support all gamers except for y'all. You know who you are. But
who am I?
not you. I don't support Karen gamers. Like,
No, exactly.
and I'm not gonna lie. Like, I think Karen gamers are like the gamers who just get mad for no reason. Like, it's not like it's like more like mad because like the game just they don't like it or something like that. Like, I fucking hate this game. And then they're like expecting it to change. I mean, you see that a lot with the pros. Like, oh my god, this Mercy from Overwatch is too powerful. We need to change it. You know. And then the devs are like, okay, and they change it. It makes it really, I don't know. It
Like,
fucking
it feels like, honestly, like the people nowadays compared to like compared to the gamers back then, it's like, again, it just goes with the way that the generations are. It's like
well, it's gonna sound
more
super
generational
boomerish.
issues now.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. It's gonna sound super boomerish, but like it is. I mean, in a way, it is. It does feel like because I think for us, we grew up with technology that didn't feel like it had an endpoint. It was always improving, trying to do new stuff. Um, you know, and that's the thing. Like that's why I got super into it with writing, like or not with writing, with just video games, writing too, I guess. But when I get with the video games, was like
Hmm.
I, I don't know, man. Like I'm kind of all over the place on this one. Like I just bothers me when I see people who get like too upset over games. Um, like I know I would rage. I would straight up rage if like I watched like some of these joke ones I've seen before. Like I told like if like let's say if my fiance came in and like turned off my game while I was playing, yeah, I'm gonna be pissed. I'm not gonna even act like I'm gonna be mad. I'm gonna be just pissed. Like, why
Yeah,
you do that?
you'd be pissed off because,
Yeah,
like,
let's do that.
you're in the
It's
middle
not
of
gamer mad.
doing
Like it's
something.
not gamer mad. That's just fucking inconsiderate.
Yeah.
You know, but some people do take it too far. I always tell the story right before I'll tell the story here. I love writing, but I wasn't into it till I was like 12 or 13 years old. What's really funny is actually so when I was writing when I was a kid, I used to write about my own superhero because I had a really twisted mindset that apparently people fail, so they shouldn't be you shouldn't look up to them. Um, that led to problems, and like the and so when
It
I
led to
started
podcasting.
writing, like I started writing a lot, and then I stopped writing because as you know, I gave in to peer pressure and was just like, "Who's stupid?" But then I started picking it back up years and years later, and I've loved it ever since. And Flamingo name, yeah. I'm not gonna lie, the whole Afro fish here is it's just the only Afro is because of my Afro. But like the thing is like the story wise is I lost my train of thought now because I was focusing on that. What
Well,
was I talking?
you were going down the rabbit hole about why you got into writing, about your twisted mind.
Oh yeah. No, before that, it was like a video game story. I don't
Oh,
remember.
you were talking about inconsideracy, about having people going too far,
Oh
about
yeah. People go
trolling.
too far.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I was talking. There was a group I used to be part of, and these were called the NBEKs, Natural Born Elite Killers, and I was playing with one of them, like one of the dudes, and it was in Call of Duty Black Ops 2, right? And so he lets his little sister on or whatever. And this kid's all excited, right? This kid's just happy. She seems like she's like probably 7, 8 years old. Like she's like, "Hi, everybody," and I'm like, "Oh, cool." And then this dude goes like, "Fuck you, bitch," to like a fucking 7 year old. I'm like, dude, shut the fuck up, right? So like, shut up. He's like, shut the fuck. She's like, so we start getting into it, right? A bunch of the guys get into it with this dude because you know this dude's just like fucking, just a giga Chad. You know what I mean? Like he don't let any female talk to him, even
Mhm.
if she's a literal child. Fucking weirdo. So she comes back and she's like, you know what you are? And he's like, what? And she's like, a stupid. And so everyone in the group jumps in. They're like, yeah, stupid. Shut up, stupid. And he's like, fuck you, little bitch. Fuck you, blah, blah, blah. And then she's like, shut up, stupid. And so he starts ramping it up. He's calling her the C word. He going like, oh, fuck you. You're fucking blah, blah, blah. And she's like, and she just kept saying, shut up, stupid. And she's like constantly over and over. And then it's like, you're just a stupid. And everyone else is joining in. And he's like, oh, I fucking hate you. And like screaming and then like fucking logs off. So he can go cry in his fucking bathroom of tears before his mom cleans it with Clorox bleach. And she like there's like this silence for like 5 seconds. And she's like, I think I made him mad. And I'm like, bro, this like I'm like, this girl is going places. Like, they straight up trolled her way to success.
Okay, but yeah, that's true. Like, and that is a trigger too. It's like, but you okay? So I see his point of view, but then at the same time, I'm not defending the bastard. He could rot away in a corner. I don't care. What I'm getting at, what I'm getting at is the fact that it's like that is kind of a bit of a trigger. Like to hear somebody under the age that should not be playing those types of games. Like even though it is his sister, and even though he's like, yeah, okay, here you want to give it a try and stuff like. But it's again look at what the kids being introduced to, like COD, Battlefield, Apex, like stuff like that, Gears. They're rated mature for a reason. Like, I'm sorry if if I'm gonna say what I usually say when I stream, that if your balls haven't even dropped yet, or if you haven't even hit puberty yet, you should not be in the game. Like, don't get me wrong, I got mad when I heard little kids too. The fact that they make it annoying over the mic, that's where I draw the line. However, there's a 7-year-old apparently that was a prodigy at COD.
You need to be aware of what kind of games are rated for
But see,
absolutely.
but that's the thing right there. Like Flamingo, although you are right, they're labeled right on the games itself. It even tells you digitally, like it even gives you the ratings. Like it is there. It's us as gamers shouldn't be aware. It's the ones who are not aware are the ones that are buying it for the underage. And
right. Oh,
like
yeah.
like that's the thing. Like even Fortnite. I'm sorry. It's like other, like we're talking about the OG Fortnite. We're talking about like, even though it's a kid's version of COD and Apex or whatever, it's still rated a mature game for a reason. Like you're going around shooting people. And if you're hearing like little gnomes in the background, like giggling and saying, "Oh, we're hacking for friendly," like, oh, okay, like seriously, it's like you will get trampled.
No,
Like,
absolutely. And
yeah,
I'm not gonna lie, like some games are definitely different depending on the demographic, and it is just the inability of the parent
right.
or the
But that guy took it
uncaringness.
also
And
way too far
so
too.
this guy took it off too far. He's just an absolute loser. Like, I'm sorry. Like, if you get triggered over a 7-year-old calling you stupid, like,
Like,
bruh,
turn off your mic and
you have way more issues.
yeah, like
However, I
seriously,
will
that's where
say,
you turn off your mic.
so when I was working at GameStop, I came across an issue where I had a mom come in with her like 2 like 6 or 7-year-old sons. And I was like, "Oh, what can I do for you? How can I help you out?" And they're like, "Oh, we want these certain games. We want games. They don't want them because they don't want to be kiddish. They're not kiddish, but I don't want them seeing any she kept saying like lady parts, right? So like nudity and stuff. That she didn't want them seeing it." And I was like,
Yeah.
"Okay, cool." So she goes and she's like, "I don't want no Grand Theft Auto or anything like that." I was like, "Okay, cool." Well, we got games like what was it?
Minecraft.
Lego Star Wars. First, I was like, she's like, well, that's too kiddie for them. They 6. We have full ass adults who are in love with the Lego games, but they're too kiddie for that. I'm like, shut up, whatever. So I'm like, okay, fine. We're gonna go um with something like Guardians of the Galaxy. Oh, they ain't gonna like that. They ain't gonna like that. That's too cartoonish for them.
Mm.
Okay, cool, whatever. She picked Saints Row. She picked Saints Row.
Yeah,
The goofy GTA. And so I'm like, man, you realize what's that in there? She's like, well, I mean, it's got like a lot of violence up. Well, I don't care about that. I just don't want them to see any lady. I'm like, so you don't want them to see any lady parts, but you okay with them bashing their heads in? What? What? Like, are you serious? So then as she's going to go pick it up, we got another person's like, you realize that's rated M for mature. She's like, oh, it's not that big of a deal. My kids are mature enough. That's not M for mature. Doesn't mean mature enough. You kids are 6 to like 7, maybe like around that age range. I don't remember exactly. Your kids are 6 or 7. They should be playing games like Minecraft, Ratchet and Clank, a Sly Cooper kind of game. Legend of Zelda. They shouldn't be playing Saints Row. And then what happened, and this is why I'm kind of heated about it a little bit, because this bothers me so much, is so many parents do this. They do this dumb shit, and it's not just with video games. It's with movies. It's with music. It's with any kind of entertainment. You have unaware parents, or my personal favorite, neglectful parents who don't give a shit. And then they have the audacity to buy the shit for their kid. The kid plays it. They see what it is. Then proceed to get mad at the game company, at the movies, at the music, and say, that's the problem. No, it's not. It's your inability to regulate your children. You regulate what your children watches. You regulate what your children plays. You regulate what their children listens to. That's what you have to do. You can't just drop it off like this lady did, walk out, and then have the audacity to come back later and be upset at what you saw. That just blows my mind. That's literally the equivalent of just like, I couldn't imagine like going to a restaurant, and just being like, oh man, I don't eat steak or anything like that. I don't eat any kind of meat.
Are you kidding me? No. I'm against going to strip clubs, but I'd rather hire a hooker off the street.
Right. Like,
so something that's more safe, I turn it down to go get something more. I could get STDs or STIs, whatever you want.
No, exactly. And it's rated M. This is rated M for mature. Equals 17 and up. It does. Like, parents of the freaking year. No, like everyone. And this is so common. I went to Deadpool, right? This is back in 2018. I went to Deadpool, and I remember this because this blew my fucking mind. Yeah, if people don't blow my mind, I probably won't remember. Okay. So she goes there with her 2 sons, and Deadpool's rated R. Ryan Reynolds was talking about it in and out of the Deadpool costume, saying this is rated R. It's not for your children. So you take your children anyway. And so as she's walking out, she's like, well, I thought this was a Marvel movie. It's rated R. It says so. It's restricted. On the big cutout picture next to the movie theater.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm just sitting here like, oh my God. And this is 2018. So it doesn't get any better. Nowadays, you just get, well, I mean, I'm just going to buy it for my kid and not going to worry about it. And then when they're spouting the same stuff, disrespect, all that kind of stuff, I'm not saying that like video games, movie TV are the epitome of it, but you as a parent don't have the right. You do not have the right to take your kids to R-rated movies, to play M-rated games, and then bitch about it later. I'm sorry, you don't. You don't have the right to bitch about it later and then have the audacity to say that it's the game's fault, it's the people who you bought it from's fault, because you were not informed. You have a phone. Most people, 98% of like America, which is just, that's an anecdotal percentage, has a phone, right? Mom, I want
at this point by 2024, like
look up Saints Row.
Has a phone.
You ain't getting this. Yo, no, exactly. Like, all it would take was that. Just look up Saints Row. Oh, yeah, you ain't getting that.
Yeah, no.
That's it. That's all it took. I knew a lady who almost bought her kid Gears of War. She didn't want a violent game, But I actually stopped her from buying it. I didn't even realize I did. She was like, "Well, is this game bloody?" And I'm like, "Yeah, you know, you chainsaw enemies." I was just gonna being sarcastic. That was just me.
No, I actually did, and that's the funny thing because I was in a line one time at an EB or a GameStop, and I even said like they picked up Gears of War. So two of the games that came out of this person's mouth. Oh, how's Call of Duty and Gears of War? Oh, okay, I'm like walk away. I'm like right now walk away. They're like, why is it that bad? I'm like, you got one game that they literally chainsaw people in half. They bloody them. They execute them in the worst way possible. Like, you pick your poison of how you want to kill them. Gears of War, like I said, I've come from that game. I grew up with that game. I know how bad it is. And it's like, walk away. Okay, Call of Duty. You're talking about people in the military. You're shooting. You're killing. You're swearing. You're cursing. Like, okay, no, you know what? Yeah, this go and I'm just playing off of this. Yeah, I'm not gonna buy GTA. I'm gonna buy Saints Row and walk around and have my sons hit people in the head with a dildo gun.
Well, and that's the thing is
Like
the thing
okay, so
also as well is the parents. So
but
the parent,
you want to hear the funniest thing of all of that is the kid was right there. The kid was right there, and he's like, "Don't listen to him." I'm like, first of all, kid, do you even know how old I am? No, you're old. Well, guess what? That means I'm older than you. I play these games. You shouldn't.
right? My girlfriend and I would be sarcastic to ask those questions that are so obvious. We're the Daria and Jane. I love that. I love that. And no, and I love that so much, Flamingo.
Yeah, that was
And
that was
that part does bother me. It bothers me so much because as someone who has played games for a long time and have seen these kind of games, seen games get played that really shouldn't by younger audiences. Um, and then like I think my biggest thing is the hypocrisy. How we need to keep our game. Do you remember the fucking moron who was talking about GTA 6? That game is not for children. No fucking shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like they've had 6 games to do this, and you're telling me you just figured this out now? And that's just in the numbers series. That's not even including the other ones.
Yeah, I know.
And I'm
It
like
took them
that's just
6 GTAs to figure out that it's not for kids.
that's just mind blowing to me. That's mind blowing to me.
Okay.
That you
Do you remember?
think about
Do you
that.
remember? And I know the moment I say it, I guarantee you. Like I don't know if it's still on YouTube. I don't know if it's still whatever.
You're talking about Jack Thompson.
No. Whenever everybody mentions GTA, black coffee.
It's hot coffee mod. Oh no, exactly. The hot coffee mod, which I'm not gonna get into exactly right away because I want this
No,
site to get going. To be
no,
this
but that's what I'm saying.
No, you're absolutely correct though. The the
That's
the,
it.
the hot coffee mod was not it was a mod for a reason.
And that was the turning point.
And
And
then
that
yep.
as soon as everybody mentioned that, that's it. Everybody knew. That's why it got
Well, and
rated
Mass
the
Effect,
way
the
it
funny was
did.
Mass Effect. Mass Effect was all over the news because of your romance choices.
Mass Effect over GTA. That's hilarious.
No, Mass Effect had it when it came out in 2009. They were like, "Oh my god, do you know you could do blah blah blah? Like you could
And the
you
funny thing
could
is, I remember
romance
that.
aliens?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's a space alien thing."
But
Like,
you know what's funny though? At least they said aliens.
no, yeah, right. Well, and like they were like, "Oh, how do we let our children see this?" I'm like, because it comes down to the fucking parent. I did play and watch things I wasn't supposed to as a kid. Yeah, I mean, in a way, I'm not trying to absolve and say that kids don't get into stuff, right? I ask myself as an adult, how did I get away with all this? And I'm not
However,
saying that they don't get away with it. Like what I'm saying is it's when the parents deliberately get the stuff for the children and then have the audacity to complain about it later.
but then again, back in the day, yeah, when we were growing up, it wasn't as like it wasn't as it is now. Like back in the day, it was a little bit more lenient, but we
Mm.
didn't turn out as screwed up as now.
I mean, it's because it's become
There's too
more.
many
I
Karens.
think it's the opposite. I think it's by not caring.
No, it's too
Um,
many Karens.
Well, it's not
Too many.
Karen's. It's not Karen's itself. Like I'm gonna be honest, man. It's not about the whole. Like, it's a Karen thing because it's a neglect thing. It's a not caring thing. It's a destroying your, not being in tune with what your child is doing thing. Because guess what? When those children don't find out the stuff that they're doing, they come to my job. You know what I mean?
Oh
The
no, no,
ones
I
that, you
understand.
know
I
what I mean? And that's
understand.
the thing. Like that's what bothers me is because if those kids were watched and like parents were the parents at those times, and I'm like I said, I'm not talking about all parents. I'm talking about the parents who
Yeah, the neglectful ones.
specifically, yeah, the buy the
Yeah,
kids stuff and then they get upset with it.
but
Like
I'm
that
but I'm
is
talking
just
about.
it's just stupid. And so
Yeah, but I'm also talking about the ones that are like nowadays. This like you sneeze the wrong way, you get called out for it. Again, the hypocrisy. Like yes, there was a lot of shit as if you look at the past, previous generations, but come on, like now is a little too much.
I mean,
I
almost.
sneeze, you
I
call
mean, well,
fart. Like, come
well,
on.
I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't think like I'm not gonna lie. I don't think about it like that. I think about it a lot. Like, just
It's just a
like
neglect issue. Yeah, it feels like there's like those ones that call out the hypocrisy about like, oh, you shouldn't get those video games for my children. Blah blah blah. It's happening more than it was last like when we were growing
well,
up.
those parents need to be in tune with this stuff,
Yeah,
and so and then when they're not, that's on you. Like you have to take the
yeah.
accountability for it. Like it's not like, well, I can't watch them all the time. Cool,
So
but
make
you can.
time.
But here's the
Like,
thing. Here's the thing. You can buy them the stuff.
yeah.
There's a difference between being overcautious and neglecting. I had to learn it myself, just by not being a parent myself. No, that's fair.
No, it
That's
is fair.
fair.
Like, yeah, you do have those parents, like, or you do have those parents, or you probably were one of those parents, or in those situations where, yeah, they didn't have time because of work, because of other issues and this and that. But I mean, but at least you can't
Well,
really say that they've neglected you. Like there's a difference. They're working for you to have a better future, for you to grow up and whatever.
well,
So
but that doesn't that the problem is that is redundant to the fact that you are. I'm not saying you're neglecting them by not feeding them, not caring, like in that sense.
no, 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 no. But I wasn't
Merely
getting to that.
saying in one sense of like people who just refuse to
Right, right. No, but that's what I was kind of getting
neglecting
at.
their
Like I was gonna
kids.
say, but you're not gonna be the one to say, hey, this is a mature rated game. I'm gonna neglect you. Like I'm not gonna neglect it to say, here, I want to get my kid that just because he wants it. No,
Right.
like that. That's what I'm trying to get at. Like
Oh
it's
yeah, yeah.
like
Like the getting it to make them shut up kind of thing.
yeah, like it feels like it's these parents that yeah, like you said, they just want to shut them up or like they give in to them by neglecting them in that sense just because they don't want to have to put up with them.
Right. Well,
It,
no, it's a lot, and I would love to delve into this
no,
more. I love to
no,
delve
yeah,
into
yes and no.
like
It's
I mean I'm probably will delve into it again at one point on Ecstasy, but it won't be hopefully it won't be here. It'll roughly be probably with like I
yeah,
want to get like another person's perspective on it as well. Someone who also is
no,
like, hey,
of
well,
course, but we also have to be careful because
maybe we can get the other guys.
maybe,
We might be able to get them. So we might be able. I'll have to go talk to them again and see what they're up to.
yeah, do it.
So yeah, but like I know the one thing we were gonna talk about, and we were gonna talk about like gaming items and modes that shouldn't be.
Yeah,
But I'm not gonna lie to you, I want to talk about that because I'm now in like a semi like mid to negative mood. So like I want to talk about games that just didn't live up to the expectations of 2023. I
fair
want
enough.
to talk
We
about that.
could
I
say we
want
could
to talk
say
about games that just didn't live up to because I got some. like
I mean we could save the other one for the next one.
yeah, I mean, this might be a two-parter because I feel like it can be multiple. So I'm gonna start off with a game that came out early in the year. And I've talked about it a bit before, but I just want to reiterate because we were specifically talking about this that did love the expectations 2023, and that's gonna be Fire Emblem Engage. Fire Emblem Engage did not live up to my expectations. I thought it was cool. It's visually stunning. The character designs are kind of cool, except for your fucking main character who has red hair on one side and blue hair on the other. Like he's so cool.
Mhm.
Um, but it's not a super engaging game, despite it having engage in the title. And that part really bothered me. It's not the worst game out there. It's just like I just don't care. Like I couldn't even finish it. Like, but that's just me. I couldn't finish it. I just hadn't had fun with it. The story actually brought me out, and a game that's like that, the story brought me out of it. But I don't know. What was a game for you that was like super? Ugh.
Right now, I'm still playing it.
Well,
COD.
no, like a game that's just disappointing.
No, right now, I'm still playing it. COD.
Oh yeah.
Like, I'm sorry. Like, oh, Modern Warfare 3. Ooh, we're bringing back everything. Okay. I don't care. You know the expression IDGAF? IDGAF? That's it. That's it.
Nobody calls it IDGAF.
Well,
nobody calls it IDGAF. Nobody calls it IDGAF.
Yeah, well, it's I don't give.
Yeah, I know what it is, but like I've never heard someone walk up and I was like, "Oh my god, IDGAF." Like,
no, it's no.
Someone saying that.
It's the surroundings. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, so we're kind of keeping it, but yeah, no. I mean, after playing Modern Warfare 2 and everything, and everybody's hyping it up. Oh, Modern Warfare 3, they're bringing back this. They're bringing back this. They're bringing back 100 shit ton items that supposedly they took out of Modern Warfare, and everybody was like, whatever. Yeah, they overhyped it, and guess what? It's still crap. It's still crap. Campaign, it's good. Multiplayer, still the same. All it is just an added DLC. Don't hype up a game and then sell the game for full price for it being an overrated DLC.
No, very, very true.
That's all it is. Yeah. That was the biggest disappointment right there.
Yeah, I would say that's definitely a disappointment. As I went to, I would put Atomic Heart up there as well. Like it.
That was another one. I never played it myself. I watched it multiple times. I watched multiple streams, and it like just watching it did not live up to the hype. And I could just feel sorry for whoever played it.
Yeah, you should, because it was absolutely bullocks. Like it just was not a game that lived up to the hype. It wasn't. I'm trying to find like a look to see other games that just did live up to the hype, and I'm trying to look through my PlayStation app.
I mean, supposedly a lot of people are saying like Liza P is up there as well, but like
I never played Liza P. I jumped to that. I played it for like 4 minutes, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I never cared.
I mean, the reason why a lot of people are also saying is because like it doesn't meet this, like it meets the Souls saga in that aspect, but it does not belong.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no. and that's another thing. Like, why does it not belong? Like, I mean, we covered the hack and slash topic in our last vid, but in our last cast, but what are you gonna do? You want to come out with those types of games? Like, of course, it's not gonna fit.
Oh no, absolutely.
But like, but don't overhype it.
Like the other games there's not really a whole lot of games that I found too much disappointment. Oh, there's another one. Oh, Starfield.
Oh yeah, that was another one. It's like
Starfield.
Like what was it? Supposedly Skyrim meets Fallout in space.
Yep, Skyrim in space, and it just sucked. It sucked. I would not. Nope.
Mm-mm. This is gonna come as a surprise to you, and I'm a huge fan of it. I never played it yet. I probably will, but I haven't yet. I heard some people say Assassin's Creed Mirage was a letdown.
That's what I heard too. I heard Assassin's Creed Mirage was a letdown.
Because some people are saying it's like a 30-hour game, which felt like
Spider-Man was only supposed to be like 20, 30 hours at the most. Spider-Man 2, and people were like, the fanboys going off about, new Spider-Man 2 should won Game of the Year. I'm like, but yo, when Baldur's Gate showed up, we knew it was gonna win. Okay.
Yeah.
It like allowed me to reintroduce myself. Just like kick the door in. Yeah, it was.
Actually, we got to get a session of that going.
Which one?
Baldur's Gate.
Yeah. Well, I don't get it till like Christmas, so we'll get there eventually.
But, no, yeah, that's fine. I have it. Gonna give it a try, but in the new year.
Yeah. But I mean, that's all I got for today. I don't know if you got anything else right at the moment. I think that last conversation kind of wore me out. So it wore me out. So I'm kind of all over the place right now. Overhyping is let me see this. Overhyping is something you shouldn't do, even if it's going to disappoint those. Not saying it happens all the time, but still. No, you're absolutely correct. Overhyping does happen, and that was what happened with Starfield. Starfield was so just overhyped. It's like a really mid game, and it was just so overhyped, like an Anthem that just
Oof.
didn't crash as hard as Anthem
And Titanfall.
and Titanfall. But alrighty, man, I appreciate you being on here. I'm probably planning on just taking a week off next week. I know I'm off those days, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't feel like doing jack shit. I got my video I want to work on. Stay tuned. I will be working on my top 15 games of all time video. That one's hard. Like it's
I mean, no. You laugh, but you know what? It is hard. Like, you got your games. You got 15 games you got to go through about why they're your favorite. You know, you got to plan. You got to put it together. You got to you know what? You got to stitch them together to say why and everything. Honestly, like, yeah, man, we will stay Flamingo-tastic.
Say
And
Flamingo-tastic. You too, Flamingo.
you too, Flamingo. Thank you for
I
being
definitely
here.
want to hear more about what you're writing on. So that would be
Definitely.
really, really cool. I would really appreciate that because I'd like to. I'm a pretty shit amateur writer, so I'm always learning.
No, you're not shit. Actually, I've seen some of your writing. It's not
So
shit at all.
it could be better. But alrighty, y'all. I appreciate everybody who came on here today, especially Flamingo.
Yeah, man.
And everybody else. I hope you all have fun. Be sure to check Scorpio out here on his Twitch, where he streams. Well, he was streaming quite a bit. I know you've been having a little bit of a little downer here.
It's
but,
okay. I'm only down for these next couple weeks, but you know what? I will be back up in 2024.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's on my about page on my YouTube channel. Cool. I'm gonna check it out. Just think of this as like a pre-subscribe. Alrighty. Check out all my stuff as well. My TikTok, I gotta get back into that, and my YouTube and all that other good stuff. And with all that being said, I'm Taylor from AfroFish OG, and I will catch you in the next one.
Bye-bye.